I guess that dates back to when I was in graduate school. I was doing my Master of Fine Arts in Acting at the University of Virginia. And we had these different classes that we were taking in acting, voice, and movement. And as part of our voice class, we had this assignment about writing a speech of passionate concern. And at that time, the topic that I was most passionate about, especially when I was sharing with friends and all of that, was the questions that I would get about India in America, or the preconceived notions that they had about Indians, and how, they would ask if we actually did have elephants on the streets. And I would joke about elephants being the primary mode of transport in India, and somebody actually believed that. And that actually made its way into the play, by the way. So anyway, I wrote this speech of passionate concern, and it was a very tongue-in-cheek sort of biting commentary on all of these things that I was observing, and I shared it with my classmates and our professor, and they really enjoyed it. And they said, you know what, you should probably, turn this into a stand-up bit, or post this on social media, and maybe it's gonna go viral, or maybe do a solo show. And I was like, oh, you know what, yeah, maybe someday. And maybe a year later, under a lot more serious circumstances, I went back to this piece, and I realized that a lot of what I was talking about had a lot of, underlying deeper stuff that needed to be unpacked. And that turned into The Elephant in the Room. And I'm very excited to share the latest iteration of this play for the second time at Keegan Theatre since the Women on Fire festival that happened in the summer of 2020. And I'm excited for you to see it this June, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I think my most favorite one is in Edinburgh Fringe. So the way it worked was, you would perform every day for a month, right? So my performance slot was in the afternoons. So I would finish my show, quickly wrap up, and then I'd go and catch as many shows as I could that were also playing at the Fringe. And I remember going to this other venue, like totally, in another part of the city, and I'm just quietly just seated in the audience and almost disappeared, like as if I didn't exist. And this audience member walks in, and this show's like packed, and they spot me, and this one woman comes to me and she says, "I saw your show. It was fucking fantastic." Honestly, that's my favorite pull quote ever. And I've thought about putting that, I should put it on my posters, in addition to like the pull quotes that I have from newspapers and stuff. Like, I just love the way she said it and the way it sounds. Fucking fantastic. Chicken biryani. I would love to come up with a better answer, but there isn't one. A really well-made chicken biryani, I would eat that every single day. I really would. I think I would be a reporter or a journalist, because, kind of that same kind of drive that I have with playwriting, to talk about social justice and, things that people don't necessarily are comfortable talking about, is what I end up writing about in my plays. I think the same would apply maybe in a different field. And if I weren't a journalist or a reporter, definitely a travel show host. That was my dream for the longest time. I just wanted to travel the world and, talk about it. My one superpower would be to churn out 10 good plays every single year. That would be amazing. And I know people who probably exist who do that. I would love to be one of them. They are superheroes.